Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Web of Truth. Spider-Man is back with one more truth because Spider-Man loves you. So today my first part is with a very secret question, and I want to share that question with Christians and other non-Muslims so that they may ask that question to the Muslims. And what is that question? Ask Muslims that what is the meaning of Arabic word salat? What is the meaning of Arabic word salat? And that Muslim, with very proud and arrogance, he or she is going to reply you that salat means dua, namaz, prayer. In Hindi and Urdu language, dua or darood. In Persian language, namaz. In English language, prayer. But this question is just to make a ground, a base. Because the next question, when you are going to ask that question will cause a collapse in the mind of that Muslim about Islam. That will blow his or her mind with truth, because you are going to ask that Muslim, now please let me know, please tell me, in Quran chapter 33 verse 56, to whom Allah of Quran is doing prayer. Because in that verse Allah is doing the same salat which Muslims does, which Muslims used to do, and Allah is using the same word salat for Muhammad. He is doing, Allah of Quran is doing prayer for Muhammad. So here, as the Muslim will explain that the meaning of salat is prayer. The real questions comes when you are going to ask him to whom Allah of Quran is doing prayer in Quran 33:56, because Allah is using the same word salat, prayer, and Allah is doing that prayer with all other angels for Muhammad. So that Muslim in shame will try to change the meaning of salat now, and he will say no, here the meaning of salat is not prayer, but here the meaning of salat is blessings. And the Muslim will fabricate the word of Allah in Quran 33:56 just to defend Allah, because that Muslim do not know that to whom Allah is doing prayer. So just to hide that, Muslim will fabricate that verse, the Arabic word salat, and will use another word for salat, that in this verse Allah is saying blessings, not doing prayer, but he is sending blessings. So if Allah is sending blessings, that it means the Arabic of Allah is weak, because he is not using word barakat in Arabic, but he is saying salat, prayer. So this raises many questions. If Allah is doing prayer as the Arabic word there is for prayer, and Allah is doing that prayer with all other angels, we must know what is that prayer, so that we may come to know that would cause another bombshell, that would cause another bomb of truth on Muslims, that what is that prayer which Allah is doing. Allah is doing a prayer for Muhammad which starts with the wording O Allah, which means Allah is saying to someone, O Allah. One more time, Allah Himself is doing a prayer in which Allah is saying, O Allah, bless Muhammad and his children as you blessed Abraham and his children. And you are the glorious and praiseworthy. One more time, please notice what that prayer is which Allah is doing. That prayer is called Darood, Dua, prayer, Salat, which all Muslims they used to do for Muhammad. And in this verse, Allah and angels are doing that prayer, but the wording of prayer are very interesting. That Allah is saying, O Allah, bless Muhammad and his children as you blessed Abraham and his children, because you are the glorious, you are the praiseworthy. So Allah is calling someone as Allah and requesting and doing prayer that please bless Muhammad and his children as you blessed Abraham and his children. And here many questions, many interesting questions are raised, that if Allah is asking to bless Muhammad to someone, and He is pointing out that He is the one who is glorious and praiseworthy, and He is the one who blessed Abraham and his children, then without any shadow of doubt, that personality, that highest person, that supreme being is God of Bible, who blessed Abraham and his children, who is the glorious one, who is the praiseworthy one. So here is the bottom line, that Muhammad and his children were not blessed one. On the other hand, Abraham and his children were blessed one. So the question here is, the bottom line here is, to whom Allah is doing this prayer. And if any Muslim will say this is not a prayer of Allah, these are the blessings of Allah, then there is a one more bigger mistake in this verse, because the same thing, the same wording is used by other angels in this verse. The prayer which Allah is doing, all other angels are also doing the same prayer. The whole Muslims, they do the same prayer for Muhammad, to bless Muhammad. O God, bless Muhammad and his children as you blessed Abraham and his children, because you are the glorious one, you are the praiseworthy. But Muslims, the bottom line of this message, the purpose of this message is, if Allah is doing prayer to someone else who is a higher being, who is a supreme being, who is a true living creator God, who blessed the Abraham and his children, then come to that God and pray to that God, not to the Allah of Quran, who is also doing a prayer to that God who is a God of Bible, and his name is Jesus. Blessings in the name of truth. Come to the truth and live eternal life. Lord bless you all.